The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read. Your source for news, politics, sports, and all things trending. Here's your host, Marcus Gentry.
5 million kids grow up without a dad. And in Black America, the reality of being fatherless is perhaps most painful. Here's why. Take a look at this with me. The U.S. Census Bureau says 64% of African American children live in fatherless homes. 64. Here's another number, 72. 72% born to unmarried women, majority of them, again, without a man in their households. And if you ask some black children where their dads are, you might get a reaction like my colleague Don Lemon got. Here you go.
Where's your dad?
Don't really know.
Welcome to the Daily Read, and I am your host, Marcus Gentry. Today we're going to talk about how the great wars of our past here in America, along with social and economic strife, has caused a pandemic of fatherless homes, which is causing also a lot of traumatic experiences in especially the minority community. You see, our trauma goes back farther than just the Great Wars. Our trauma goes back to the slavery days. But we still had strong black families whenever we could keep them together. And starting with World War I, we men never recovered. And let me slow down a little bit and explain what I mean. There's a male shortage in this country. And women have basically taken over as the heads of the household. And it started with the Great Wars. And here in America, actually all across the world, we men have never recovered. You see, you have 11 women to every one man in this country. Listen carefully, men. This is very important. I'm talking to you men, especially you black men. You black men, or you men in general, are the prize. And don't let nobody tell you different. All you got to do is look at the stats. By the end of this show, I'm going to explain to you why. You are the prize. And a lot of men don't see it. A lot of men grow up and grow old and die in their area and never get a chance to go outside of their area. So they don't understand that they are the prize. You are the catch. Understand what I'm trying to say. If you got 11 women in America to every one man, okay, that means all men. If you take away the guys that's in prison, those 11 women have to find a mate. If you take away all the guys who are gay, who don't want a woman, those 11 women have to find a mate. If you take away all the married men who's supposed to be with one woman, those 10 women have to find a mate. So in all actuality, you're looking at about 14 to 15 women in America to every one man, in all actuality. If you take away all the prisoners that can't get to a woman, all the homosexuals who don't want a woman, and all the married men who are satisfied with one woman, you're looking at 14 to 15 women in America to every one man. How did we get into this situation is key, because it is damaging our culture, not just as black Americans, but as Americans, period. It's damaging us. Women have a feminine side. men have a more masculine side. And when you have a woman-dominated population, anger and attitudes rise to the point where it's total chaos. You see, even though we had traumatic experiences through slavery and through Jim Crow, we still had strong black families with the father as the head of the household. When the great wars happened, they didn't allow women to fight. The women started taking up jobs back home that men usually do, like create bombs, create tanks, while the men ran off across seas and got killed. We as a population here in America never recovered from that. I'm going to give you a brief example of how many deaths occurred. And now mind you, these are mostly men. Check this out.
Remember and visualize the enormous loss of life that the Great War caused. We'll be counting soldiers and civilians separately, as well as deaths and injuries separately. A casualty can be a confusing statistic in war because it means that a soldier has been taken out of action, but not necessarily killed. Each of these models represents 1,000 people who died or went missing, while each of these models represents 1,000 people who were injured, which when combined equal the number of casualties. And we'll begin the counting with the United States. Over 116,000 soldiers died, and another 204,000 were injured fighting against the Germans and Austrians on the Western Front. This amounted to 0.17% of the American population at the time becoming a casualty of war. But
now, that was the First World War. Over 300,000, mostly men, died in the First World War. That's devastating, because the population we had in those days wasn't as great as what we have today. That's a big drop in male population. These are heads of the household running off to war. By the time the Second World War kicked off, the Second World War was even worse as far as taking lives of men. And again, women were called to the forefront to do more than just wife and mother duties. Women were called out to build tanks, bullets, guns, run auto manufacturing jobs, while the men went off to die in war. You see, I always see patterns. Ever since I was a kid, I can look at a situation or an area that I move into, and once I get to meeting people, or once I get to viewing what's going on around me, I can see patterns. I've always been like that. And this pattern is a devastating pattern that we need to steer off of. That's why I'm the head of my household. My woman will tell you that. She'll tell you, I'm the head of the household. And I can't fool with a woman if I'm not so. It's just not going to work. And we all as a country needs to get back to that. That's the reason why the Hindus, they come here to America. The Mexicans, the Chinese, the Japanese, they come here to America, and their family structure is still father, mother, kids. Father, head of the household. I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about how much money he got. I'm not talking about none of that. They can all be poor, or they can all be rich. That doesn't matter. the male is still the head of the household in other cultures. Let's get to World War II.
Tally up the tens of millions of people whose lives were cut short by the war, and see how these numbers stack up to other wars in history, including trends in recent conflicts. We'll be counting soldiers and civilians separately. Each of these figures represents 1,000 people who died. Civilians were of all walks of life, whereas military deaths were almost entirely men. The average age was about 23. In most battles, for every 1,000 soldiers killed, there are more than 1,000 who were injured. The word casualty can be confusing because in military speak, it often includes both deaths and injuries, and anything else that takes a soldier out of service. Here, we're just counting the deaths, and we'll begin with American soldiers. Over 400,000 died.
400,000. 400,000 plus the 300,000 from World War I. That's a large population for those days of men. Because again, we didn't have a population as big as now in this country. That's a lot of men wiped out, gone. And who was left to hold the bag? Now, mind you, a lot of these men were white men, because World War I and World War II, all the way up until Vietnam, they started changing some things in Vietnam. It was mostly white males with a few black platoons fighting in those wars. Let me tell you what happened with that. After those wars, now you have a large population of white males gone, wiped out. White population of females have to raise their kids by themselves. Around this time, during the 60s, is when civil rights kicked off. So no longer was there a taboo on black men fooling with white women. So now you got a population of black men leaving the black family structure and blending in with white family structures. Because again, large populations of white males were wiped out. Then you got the crack pandemic. Then you have the heroin and cocaine, putting a lot of males in jail. They can't get to a woman to reproduce. It's all a pattern. When we get back, we're going to jump forward in time, as I explain to you how the family structure in America is slowly decaying right before our eyes.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
Because you have to understand, in the tactic of the art of war, when you want to destroy a stronger enemy, you have to get rid of the cultural perspective of authority. So what do? You have to destroy the man in the society. And that's exactly what they did. I talk about this in my book. You have to destroy the masculine principle, which is the head of the family. That's part of it. The other part is to get rid of the environment and the ways and means for the head or the authority of that family to become and stay the authority and the head of that family, and that is to be the provider and the protector. Take away his means of providing, take away his means of protecting his family, and he no longer has any rights or any kind of power. So when you have done that, you have now undermined the glue that keeps a family together. Men don't have to be men anymore. So what's the best thing to do? Since you're giving so many favors to women, I might as well be a woman.
Let's add on to what I was talking about in the beginning of this show. Let's add on to that. Remember what I said about the world wars. White men mostly were devastated. And you had a large population of white women with fatherless homes. A lot of our black families were still intact right up into the 60s. You see, like I said, I see patterns. Once the 60s came and you had all of these white females trying to get pushed back into the family structure, you had a feminist movement. You had civil rights. A lot of white women were fooling around with black men, which is the reason why you see so many light-skinned people here in this country. I remember a time when I was over my grandmother's house, and I can look at the news and clearly tell between black newscasters and white newscasters. You can clearly look at them and tell. Now today, when you turn on shows like CNN or MSNBC, these people on here looking like they're Arabs. Not because they're Arabs, but because they come from a mixed background, a mixed race. Fox News, I think, is really the only news channel left that you can really look at the news commentators and the news people. But you know, to me, that's a bigoted channel anyway. They keep everything straight up and down, black and white over there. But most of the other news stations that you tune into, you can clearly see that there is a lot of mixed race people mixed in with this. A lot of that was dealing with the world wars. And then when the 60s came and you had a large population of black men making money with drugs, making money in the workplace, getting educated, now the bigots come out. The bigots come out. They want to stuff black people back in their place, or what they thought was their place. You know, we want to put them back. And as this man said, you got to destroy the father. And I've already talked about Ronald Reagan and his so-called war on drugs. Let's go a little deeper into this.
Definitely took a toll on black male-female relationships, especially in the 1960s, because in the 1960s, black men and black women, they were doing what they were supposed to have done for a long time, which was fight together against white supremacy, against racism. And they were doing this with the civil rights movement. So what happened, people had to come in and infiltrate and have a divide and conquer strategy between black men and black women. In 1964, government came in and they pulled black women to the side, and they started to classify black women and women in general as minorities. In 1964, that's the first time they classified women as minorities. So they started to give them set-asides and benefits, and then they created the feminist movement, and a lot of sisters branched off into that, and that kind of created a rift because a lot of sisters stopped fighting for civil rights and they started to fight for women's rights, but women's rights weren't being jeopardized in the black community. Our first priority was racism, and we should have dealt with that first.
We wanted to be free. We didn't need any boundaries, need no man to tell us what to do. Well, we hadn't had no man to tell us what to do anyway. You couldn't tell us what to do in slavery, so we didn't really have no fight with you about that. That was the white woman's fight with her man, but we took it on. I want to be free. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. And then women started having babies, what they call out of wedlock, and then that got to be okay too. Oh, it's all right. Once it got accepted by society, all of the rest of the people, then it was okay then to just have a baby. In fact, I don't even want him for nothing but to just have a baby. And then we started saying, oh, I'm gonna be the mother and the father. All kind of nonsense. And so what happened was that movement, and there never was a sisterhood in the women's liberation movement between the black woman and the white woman.
Now, I love the commentary that she said about that, because like I said, it stacks on to the fact that during the world wars, the white male population was dwindling. The healthy amongst them in their childbearing age went off to war and died by the thousands. And by the time the 60s and the Vietnam War came around, the white men was trying to take back dominance inside of the white household. Like she said, black women never had a problem being submissive to their husbands or their man. Even if it wasn't their husband, they never had any problems with that until the feminist movement came along. The feminist movement was white men trying to reestablish what black men had and white women fighting against it. That was what the feminist movement was about. And black women joined that. Once black women joined the feminist movement, all hell broke loose in our communities. Remember, the world wars wiped out a lot of their men. So they started coming into our communities getting black men. And black men finally had the freedom to not get lynched by fooling around with a white woman or a Mexican woman or an Indian woman. Everything came together in an explosion. When we get back off this last break, we're going to jump ahead in time again to more recent stuff. You got the passport bros out here. They fed up with the whole feminist movement going on in America. They're going overseas to find a wife. You have the gold digger pranks, where these guys are walking out here finding just random women, and they look like normal guys. And these random women is first like, nah, I ain't messing with you. And then when they see them get in a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, they come back. Remember, men, you are the prize, because we are rare in this country. And wealthy men are even more of a prize. Because remember what I said at the first of the show. There's 11 women to every one man. You take out the gays, that number jumps up, because those 11 women have to go find a man. You take out the guys in prison that can't get to a woman. Those 11 women have to go find a man. You take out the married men who are married to one woman. there's 10 other women out there that have to go out here and find a mate. I'm hoping I'm making sense to the population out there that listens to my show. It all comes together. You got to see the pattern. The pattern has to change. If the pattern doesn't change, it's going to lead to the destruction of this country. Not from an outside force, but from the inside. We're going to go further into this when I come back.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
But Lewis, who has 4 children by 4 different men, looks at it like this.
At the end of the day, I know I'm not a baby mom. I'm really a mother and a father to my 4 children.
The show explores the challenges of being a single mom in the city, spotlighting 8 women. Each one has between 2 and 9 children.
Are we encouraging single parenting? No, we're not. But I just want to let them know that it can be done without a father.
I'm just a single mom with 12 minor children.
When we first met Angel Adams, she was living in a small motel room with 12 of her 15 children, ranging in age from 11 years to 6 months. And she was angry at the system.
Somebody needs to pay for all my children.
I'm driving down the street. The girl got some blue shorts on. Then I told her to get in the car. Then we gonna take a journey with on.
You better back it up.
Yeah, bitch, we TDK. I used to say fuck JoJo damn near every day. Fuck JoJo, and today kill me now. Just say fuck Lil J. Catch Lil Reggie, 100 shots to the face. Fucking say GDK.
You a punk, bitch.
Hey, this is not right. I told you. You say, Lonnie.
I had to play that brief clip. I'm going to go further into that. But you can already see, and those clips were old. Those clips are like in the early 2000s, late 90s. Some of those clips. It's even worse. It's even worse now. And the kids that was on the screen with the pistol, cannon fodder. I talked about cannon fodder on one of my other shows. You know, they meet for the prison grinder. That's what they are, cannon fodder. And this is going to be controversial, but I'm finna go on and say it. You know, people are not going to agree with me because this is a mostly Christian-based country. But there needs to be a push nationwide to allow people to marry more than one wife. Allow men to marry more than one wife. I think that's the only thing that's going to curb the destruction we're headed in. Because again, you have 11 women in America to every one man. You take out the gays, the married men, and the guys in prison. That number jumps up to about 14 women to every one man. So like I said, some people are going to disagree with me on that. This is controversial. I have one woman myself. But polygamy is something that I don't shy away from that. You know, if that's what is agreed to all the way around with all parties. But that's probably the only thing that's going to get us out of the situation we're in right now. Because there's too many fatherless homes. It's too many of them. And even if one man has to be a father in a house with 2 or 3 women, it'll probably be better than not having a father in that household at all. Like I said, some people are going to disagree with that, and that's cool. Everybody has their opinion. But like I say, I look at the patterns. I'm going to get to another video, and but before I get to this video, I want you to see this brief message, and then it's going to jump into the gold digger pranks. Now, most of these women are just normal girls working 9 to 5s. Some of these women look like they are hookers or strippers. But the vast majority of these women, one girl was a dentist, one girl was in college, and it's getting so bad to where men aren't noticing it. But the women already know that there's competition out here because the numbers can't lie. The numbers are there. They see it. I can go to a bar or a club right now, and it'll be 60% women in there. 60%. Or sometimes 70%. I've been to bars and clubs where you maybe see 6 guys in there, and it's 40, 50 women. And 2 or 3 of those guys is married, and his side piece might be in there. You know, it's crazy out here. And it all started, like I said, with us blacks. It started in slavery, the divide and conquer strategy. But we held strong right up until the 60s. Those world wars, World War I, World War II, and Vietnam, devastated the white male population so bad that we minorities were starting to rise. Because like I said, we still had solid black families. And then the powers that be came along and decided to bust that up. Let's get to this next video. This is some interesting stuff. Listen to this.
It's a nice car though.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
But yeah, we can go get something to eat real quick.
What type of food you like?
Really anything. I like seafood.
Oh yeah? Tell me about you, since I don't really know much about you.
About me? Well, I don't know. I want to know about you. Like, what's your job? What do you do?
I'm into real estate. I'm into for a couple things though.
Just real estate?
Real estate. I own an exotic rental company. I'm into a lot of. Okay. What you want to?
I want to try to be into that.
But what you want to though?
Nothing yet.
What you mean nothing?
Nothing.
Like, what do you do?
I got a lot of free time.
What do you do career-wise?
Nothing.
So you don't have a career?
Mm-mm.
Why?
So I can have free time.
So how do you support yourself as a woman?
I'm a model.
Well, you're a model. So why didn't you just say that? I'm asking you a question.
I don't know.
You got kids?
Nope.
No kids. You single?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, for sure. So what's your goals for the future?
I want to be a housewife.
A housewife? So you basically want to do nothing. You just want to live off somebody else's money.
Basically, yeah.
You serious? Damn, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm thirsty. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
What's your name? I'm London.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Amanda.
Why you keep looking me up and down like that?
I don't know.
Well, look,
I'm
you
straight.
look. I ain't even say nothing now. You only know what I want. You talking about you straight. You look amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
You from out here? Where you from?
I'm from Tennessee.
Tennessee? Okay, I just moved out here from Houston.
Okay.
What you got going on? How's your day going?
It's straight.
Straight? It could be better though.
Nah, I'm good.
Well, look, maybe we can get to know each other. I just moved out here. You know what I mean?
Nah, it's okay. I'm good.
Why not?
I'm just straight.
You good? That's all good. Have a good one. You said what? I mean, you see I'm about to get in there, right? Yeah, it's me. You said what? Come over here. You said, can you ride with me?
Yeah.
What you mean? Why would you ride with somebody you said you was good on?
I didn't mean it. My bad.
What you mean you ain't mean it? You said it, right? How you doing? What's your name? You gorgeous.
I'm Destiny.
I'm London.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. I ain't mean to just pull up on you like that, but you know,
You did kind of roll up on me.
but I'm doing it for a reason. I feel like you're gorgeous, and you know, I see something I like, so you know, I gotta say something. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
For sure. You said what?
I got it.
I mean, I'm sorry to hear that. You know what I mean? I'm sorry to hear that. You from out here?
Yeah, you?
Nah, I'm from New York. I just moved out here actually.
What you doing out here?
I mean, I live here. I'm into a couple things. You know what I mean? So Houston was like a great marketplace to move to for when I went to.
That's true.
For sure. But like I said, you're gorgeous. Maybe we can get to know each other.
I can't do that.
Why?
I
I mean, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's your business.
understand that, but
What you and your dude ain't got nothing to do with me.
you right, but I'm good.
Oh, you good? What, I ain't your type or something? Nah. I mean, I respect the
And then
honor.
I got too, so I ain't.
I mean, but you still talking right now.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get away with you talking to me.
Oh, it's all good. Have a good one. You said what? Yeah, why? I can't hear you. Come here. This your favorite color? Oh yeah, that's what's up. It's either you. But have a good day.
But you just said you trying to have fun.
I understand
you
that.
ain't
I understand
trying
that, but like, I get real
So you
selfish.
want me to just-
Listen, I get real selfish at times. You know what I'm saying? I like to, especially
That's how all
if
think
it's
you're
gonna be
selfish.
good, like how I think it's gonna be, I'm gonna want it all the time, and I ain't got no time for what trying to, you know what I'm saying, dictate what's going on. So if you want to with me, it's one simple thing I need you to do, and if you're not with it, then honestly, you could get out.
Is
No, call that.
call him and be like, I can't with you no more.
Yeah,
For real?
I'm dead. You think I'm playing?
Alright, he gonna be like, why? Be like, cause I'm in the car with my other. I can show you.
Go ahead.
You not gonna care?
No.
Alright.
Oh, you FaceTime me.
I gotta tell you something.
What?
I can't with you no more. Like at all, no communication, none of it.
Alright.
Alright. You ain't gonna ask me why? You don't give a I just told this I gotta and I can't with him. And you gonna tell me this? We just gonna have a staring game? Well, I just wanna show you my new since we not.
That's cool.
That's cool?
Cool. Talk to her.
You gotta tell me twice,
Hey,
bye.
how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Good, good. I like this
Bye.
fit right here. Okay, I see you got the Louis on and all that.
Yeah.
What's your name?
My name's Segura. What's your name?
I'm London.
London.
Nice to
okay.
meet you. Nice to meet you.
Where are you going?
I was just taking a little walk and everything. You know, I live in the area, so
Okay.
just taking a little walk.
I stay up here in the area.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Let me get your number or something.
No, I don't think so. Why would you want my number for?
I mean, you just said that you live over here. I live in the area. I'm new out here, so.
That doesn't mean that I want your number.
I mean, what's wrong with me having your number?
I mean, it look like you don't have any money. I need somebody with money.
What do you mean? I don't have no money. What do you mean by that?
I'm pregnant. It look like you don't have
pregnant?
any money. Yes. So I need somebody to take care
I
of
ain't
me
even
and my
noticed
baby.
that you was pregnant.
Yeah, I am. I need somebody to take care of me and my baby, but it look like the way you dress it like you don't have any money.
What do you mean?
I need
These,
a bag.
What you mean? These are Marys, rude. What you mean? The way I'm dressed, like what I'm supposed to walk around with a suit on?
You just not my type. You look like you don't have any money or nothing to offer.
I mean,
me
but
and my
why
baby.
is we talking about money off rip? I just said, hey, how you doing? You get what I'm saying? Let me
Because
get your
I know
number.
what men want. Usually, you know, it starts from phone number and then we go to the house, whoop-de-whoop, you know. I
Oh,
just
so
need
you're used
somebody
to
with a
that.
bag.
You need somebody with a bag.
Yeah.
Well, you don't even know me. Get to know me. I might have a bag. You know what I mean? So what's your number?
Nah, I'm good. No, I think I'm good.
What you mean though?
I'm good. I need somebody with money and just, you don't meet my standards at all.
I don't meet your standards.
No.
All right, well, cool. Have a nice day. Fuck out of here. I don't got no fucking money. Are you pregnant?
Wait, that's your ride?
You said what?
That's your ride?
I mean, yeah, you see, I'm getting in it, right?
That's nice.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Come.
Can I have a closer look?
I mean, come over here.
That's nice. I like it.
Fuck out of here. Damn, she thick as fuck, but she pregnant.
I didn't know this was your car.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. Come over here.
So maybe now we can exchange numbers.
What do you mean?
I mean, you have a nice car.
But you just told
Maybe
me
I
that.
can-
No, you just told me that you pregnant, right?
Yes, I
And that you
am.
need a nigga with a bag.
So is
But
that
you,
gonna affect?
hold on. Let me say something though. You was judging the book by its cover.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't appreciate that. All I said was, hey, how you doing? What's your name? We live in the same area. Let me get your number. I ain't say, yo, I want you to come back to the crib. None of that. All I was trying to do was make friends. That's it. That's all I was trying to do.
But I'm just used to guys. I know what they
No.
want.
But I'm him, not him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Him, not them.
Okay.
So don't compare me to them niggas over there. I'm not them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
So, what's up? What can I do for you? I'm about to slide.
Okay, can we get to know each other a little more?
I mean, for what? You just told me that you need a nigga with a bag. Like, you kind of like made it seem like I was nothing. You know what I'm saying?
But I see that you're doing good, so maybe we can work something out.
I mean, put your number on. How many months pregnant are you?
I'm 6 months.
I think you just poking your belly out. Are you really pregnant? Let me see.
I'm really pregnant. I'm 6 months.
Do a 360 turn around all the way. Okay, 6 months.
Well, I know a
So you
few
with your
spots
father,
in the area
your kid's
you can go
father?
to.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why you just acting like that though?
Acting like what?
Like that outside though.
Because I know what guys want, and at the end of the day, if you can't meet my standards, or I feel like we're not on the same level as far as money wise, then I can't deal with you.
I mean, but what level are you on? What do you mean by that?
A level meaning that if you don't meet my standards having money, I'm on a good level right now, but I need someone to contribute to me and my baby.
Contribute. Interesting. So why you not with your child father?
Because it didn't work out. We had our problems. Whenever y'all working together, you got money, I got money, then it's good.
Yeah, but off rip, you was just saying like, oh, you don't look like you got a bag, so I ain't trying to fuck with you.
Okay, so would you talk to a female without a bag?
I mean, I'm not gonna judge a book by its cover. I don't know what a female has. It's people out here that don't dress like they got a bag and really have a bag. Some people don't care about clothes and appearance.
Okay, you're right.
You know what I'm
You're
saying?
right. Yeah, you're right.
So you almost missed your blessing.
Yeah, I actually did almost miss my blessing, but guess what? I got it back. Right?
Oh, you got it back. Okay, let me ask you a question. Yeah. Okay, so like what you currently looking for right?
Yeah.
We do all this shit, you know what I'm saying? Start taking you out and shit. Are you able? Well, obviously you able, but are you cool? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna wanna. I got needs too. As a
Okay.
man.
See, exactly. I knew you was gonna say that even before.
No.
What kind of needs?
You know what type of needs? You feel me? I'm nasty for real.
Okay.
Is you nasty?
I can be. Depends on the day and what we're doing.
Oh, really? Well, what we doing right now?
Okay, let's go get something to eat and we'll figure it out and we'll talk about it.
Though, okay? Like your baby dad, he gotta be a dub all the way though. Like if you fucking with me, he gotta be a dub.
Yeah.
Like it's over with.
Yeah, it actually is over with.
No. But you said you still kind of like contacting this shit.
Yeah, every once in a while, but
Yeah, but no. That gotta be done.
it has to be done.
Done.
Okay.
Matter of fact.
Maybe we can work something out.
No. Before we even get any further, that gotta be done.
Have to be done.
How about you call him?
Okay.
Put it on speaker too. No, I'm serious
I'm
though.
gonna call him. Hello? Yeah. Hello. Hey, I just met this dude. I think that me and you are done. I don't really want to deal with you.
We're done.
I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to deal with you anymore. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't. It doesn't matter. I'm done. We're cutting everything off. You're blocked for now. You are done. You don't do nothing for me and the baby in my stomach or nothing. You don't do anything for us at all. You don't do nothing. You don't worry about where I'm at. I'm turning my phone off. We're done.
She was
okay.
For real.
Yeah, I'm for real.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm done. You wanted me to, because I'm really feeling you. So if you, whatever you say from now on, since I really, really like you, and I mean,
you don't know me. How you like me?
I could just get a feel.
Oh, you like my energy, my vibe?
Yeah,
for sure, for sure.
Do you like my energy and my vibe?
I mean, you cool. You know what I mean? But I gotta tell you something though. I'm gonna be honest.
What?
This ain't my car.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Then why are you inside of it? Why would you have a key to a car that's not yours?
I mean, honestly, if I'm being honest, I'm waiting for my uncle to come out this building right here. I do live in the area, but he lives in this building right here.
Really?
So this is not my car.
So what are we doing? Are we gonna take the car to go eat?
I mean, he's about to come down soon, actually.
So are you on your feet? You're walking?
I mean, I don't have a car right now. You know, like I said, I just moved here from Nigeria. I got six children that I take care of a lot. You know what I mean? I've been going through some hard times. I'm trying to get off my feet. I'm staying with my uncle right now. You know, shit like that.
So you just made me call my baby daddy and made me fuck up whatever I got going on with him.
I mean, I'm just being honest with you. You know what I'm saying?
But why didn't you tell me that before I called him?
I mean, honestly, because I was just testing to see if you was a fucking gold digger.
Oh, shit!
Okay.
Obviously, I see that you a fucking gold money.
Okay, and,
It's crazy. You know what? This is
and
my
I can
car.
do
I was just
whatever I want to do. I'm a grown woman.
Yeah, but that's a gold digger, though.
Okay.
And you're not understanding. You're pregnant. You just basically told me that we could do all that. And you have another man baby in your stomach.
Yeah, but we're done. So it shouldn't matter.
No. But you're not understanding. You're a gold digger, and you need to go home and think about the fuck you did today. That's a shame.
Okay, well, I'm out of here.
No, that's a shame. Well, you get. Go ahead. Get the fuck out.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I hope your baby dad watch YouTube, because if you look straight, it's a small camera right here. You on fucking YouTube.
Oh, my God. All right, whatever.
Yeah, you a fucking gold digger. How about that? But this shit is a fucking shame, yo. I'm not gonna lie. She's hella thick, but she's a fucking gold digger. This girl literally just left her baby dad for got more money. Yo, this shit is just crazy how shit is going in Houston right now. This shit is
Now that last story, you know, these guys are gold digger prankers. That last one was a tragedy, but the one I saw before this one, where the girl was actually pregnant with a dude's baby, and London had got her to call her man and tell him, you know, I can't fuck with you no more. And this dude was like, what? Man, you got my baby in your stomach. That was crazy. And like I said before, the women out here know that the men are the catch. And the wealthier you are the catch. Men in general is the catch, period. But the wealthier you are, you really a catch. Because again, there's 11 women in America to every one man. You take out the gays, the guys in prison, and the married guys, that jumps up to 14 to 15 women for every one man. Understand what I'm trying to tell you. So what's going on, it started with World War I, World War II, Vietnam. Whole populations of men were wiped out. We never recovered from that here in America. We've been basically being guided along by a feminist movement. And it's starting to take a toll on this country. Some of the men don't realize what's going on. See, I found this out when I was in my 20s, I think. When I found out the population of women to men in this country. I think I was in my 20s. And for the life of me, I could never understand why dudes would literally get out here in the streets and fight over a woman. I couldn't understand it. You know, I get out here and fight to protect myself, but I'm not gonna get out here and fight over no woman. That's not gonna happen. You know, and you see it all the time. But again, a lot of men don't know the statistics on that. They don't understand the statistics on that. A lot of these dudes are exposing it. They're exposing it in a crazy way, but they're exposing it. But it all goes back to the family structure in America is being slowly decimated. And like I said before, the only thing that's going to bring us out of this, and a lot of people going to disagree with me on this, is polygamous relationships. Now you're going to have people like the diehard Christians who are going to say that's not right. But I implore you, read your Bible, read your Quran, read whatever holy text you read, and it will tell you that polygamy was actually a common thing in those days, even amongst Christian men. There wasn't really Christian men back then anyway. That was something that was created after Jesus died. But the decline of this country is happening right before our eyes. And in part is dealing with a feminist movement that has gotten out of control. And it's affecting everybody. There's nothing wrong with a woman having a career. There's nothing wrong with a woman having their own money. But until we get back to the family structure that we had from the 60s on down, our country is being steered off a cliff. I'm going to interview Morgan Woodbury. She's the first black woman as the head of Rutherford County DNC. And I want to congratulate her again. And this is going to be a good, interesting interview because we got a lot of things going on here in Tennessee with the Tennessee 3, and 2 of the members who were black got kicked out of the State House because they were protesting about gun violence. And we're going to get into that. Hopefully we have a good interview tomorrow. And I hope you guys learned something from today. This is the Daily Read, and I'm out.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.